Hello everyone, welcome back to Cloud BI Academy. Have you ever written the same Python code again and again and thought there must be an easier way? So that is exactly where function come into the picture. In today's session, we are not just learning syntax, we will understand why function are used in real projects, how to create reusable logic, parameters, return values, and best practices. So keep your code editor ready because today is going to be a very practical and interactive session. So before we starting coding, let me ask you something. Imagine you need to calculate total salary in 10 different places inside your program. So will you write the same formula 10 times? Not a good idea, right? A function is simply reusable block of code that perform a specific task. In real application, in data validation logic, API calls, database queries, all are written inside functions so they can be reused. Now let's open VS Code or any Python editor. So currently we are doing our coding in VS Code, so we can go one by one. So so this is the our function. Here we have a def greet printing value like welcome to Cloud BI Academy. Okay, so let's understand line by line. What is the def? So def is keyword used to define a function, and greet is a function name. Okay, while you doing your mouse over here, so you get the idea. Like here we have defined the function. Okay, and this parenthesis we are using for parameter section, and here we have required output. If we run this block, so we are getting nothing. Okay, why? Because defining a function does not execute it. Now we call this function. So while we calling this function, you can get output. Okay, I can delete and again rerun that. Okay, so here we getting the output. So here you can retry with writing your own greeting functions like or like good morning, something like that. So you can retry that one. Now next thing is why function is important. So function give us code reusability, better readability, easy debugging, modular programming. In interviews, this question is very common. Why should we use functions instead of writing code directly? So you can answer like that because functions make the code scalable and maintainable. So here I have given one example, def greet with print hello world. This is a basic function, and after calling the function you can get your output. Now understand, if we pass any parameter in our function, so now we let's make this more dynamic. Go to our VS code, and here we have pass the function. So here we have provide some parameter, or I can go through with new example. So same we going through with this function, and I can rename it. We create a new function if we pass any parameter. Okay, so here we are, what we have doing here, we have passing the function parameter. Okay, so now our message is like hello, what, like name or any person name, or you can pass anything here in a string form. Okay, and welcome to Cloud BI Academy. So name is a parameter we pass value during function call. So what happen if you call this function without value? So you will see an error because parameter is required in that case. So first we run. So here we have getting the error. Okay, why we are getting error? Because we have created a parameter function, but we are not providing any value here. So now let's provide some value here, and let's run our function or call our function. Then we getting hello Alice, welcome to Cloud BI Academy. So this is the example of function with parameter. Okay, now we are understand the return value. So before the return value, we can understand if we provide two parameters, like multiple parameters are there. It is not a two, it is a multiple parameter. So I can define as a def. Okay, add number a comma b, and before return, I can do one thing. We can first print this one. So here we have provided two values, 5 and 3. Okay, so before running, predict the output. What is the output here? Okay, so the sum of 5 and 3 is 8. Okay, so this is an example of if we provide two parameters. So calculating totals, taxes, and data transformations. Okay, now we understand return value. Very important concept of interview. So this is example of multiple parameter. Okay, now understand the return value. So instead of printing inside a function, we often return value. So return value like def multiply number. So here we have create a function multiply number. Okay, x comma y, and so here we have using the return result. Okay, we have provide multiply number. Okay, we are using here function. Now we are getting that output. So here you can understand like what is difference between print and return first. So in print we shows output. Okay, in return send value back to caller. So in database or API functions always return data instead of printing. So now we, and in results we are storing this data, and in print we are printing this data. So for now we can run that one. So the product of 4 and 5 is 20. So first it is multiplying the data, okay, and here we getting that information into result form. Now let's improve our function. These are the basic syntax, okay. Now let's improve our function. So we create one more function. Yeah, so you can rewrite our code, rewrite your code in form of like calculate area, multiply something, addition something, subtract something, okay. So you can uh, go through with one by one and understand this concept very well. Now next thing is default parameter. So in default parameter, for example, we have provide any value to you to. So default value prevent errors and make functions flexible. So where you where can you use default parameter in real life? So answer is for that optional filter in reports. Okay, where we have provided a optional. So here what happened? Like we are calling this function. Okay. So if we change your name like Vijay. Okay. Now let's rerun that function. So we are getting message, hello Vijay, welcome to Cloud BI Academy. Okay. So this is the example of default value. Now understand the key value argument. Okay. For example, let's go with that example also. So I want to display name and age. Okay. So for example, we have passed here name as age equal to 30 and name is equal to Alice. So here you understand that here order doesn't matter when you're using keyword argument. Okay, so this is useful for large application like we have a like multiple parameter like name like for example I am talking about customer table. Okay, so in customer table we have a customer ID, customer name, customer location, and customer product also. Okay, so if we have a like a large number of parameter, so in that case here no required any order, we can pass our parameter without any order. Okay, so if I run this particular code, particular block, so we are getting Alice and age 30. So what do you have understand here? One second, I can minimize this so you can get that. So here we have provided name and age, so in that combination we are getting that. So this is useful in a large application where we have a provider multiple parameter. Now understand, so these are examples of creating a function. Okay, now let's simulate a real scenario. For example, we have create a function for. Okay, so here we have a create a function related to calculate sale price. So we have a two parameter here, price and discount, and our sale price calculate based on the price minus price into discount divided by 100, and here we are getting return into sales price. Okay, so here what we have input providing price and discount, and based on that we are getting our output. So this is exactly how enterprise level function work. So it means we are creating a function calculate sale price, and that, so the sale price after a 20% discount is $80. So in this function, if you understand that we have a original price is 100, okay, and the discount percentage is equal to 20, and we want final price, we provide our function name calculate sale price, and input we have provide price as a original price, discount as a discount percentage, and based on that we are getting our output. So this is exactly how enterprise level functions we are using. So before giving any mini challenges, so first I discuss, let me show you some mistakes beginner makes, like forgetting parentheses while calling. So if you go to our VS Code, so sometime we are forget to parentheses while calling, like here we are, like while we are calling our functions, so we are sometime we are forget that parenthesis. Okay, mixing print and return, that is another mistake we are doing sometime while we coding the things, and wrong indentation. So always test functions separately. So I give you quick challenge for you, create a function accept two number and return the greater number. So you can post your solution in the comment. Thank you. So today we have covered functions basics, parameters, return values, default and keyword arguments, real world example. If this session helped you understand Python function clearly, follow Cloud BI Academy for structured learning. In the next video, we will move toward advanced functions and Lambda concept, which are highly important for interviews and real projects. Thank you for watching. Keep learning and keep growing.